I'm pretty sure you guys know who Ian Mercado is. She's a cosplayer, gamer, streamer, now entrepreneur. So in this episode, we'll be talking to her to find out paano ba siya napunta sa negosyo, ano ba yung thoughts niya when it comes to creators becoming entrepreneurs, saan ba siya nanggaling, ano ba yung mga goals niya moving forward. So if you're a fan of Ian or if you're an aspiring creator and you want to be an entrepreneur, make sure to watch this entire episode. So Ian, you're a successful gamer, cosplayer, content creator, streamer. So what made you decide to shift gears into coming up into businesses like yung esports na cafe, yung studio, parang why the shift?
Yung first, kasi ever since sa pagiging content creator ko, I really like diversifying myself as sa skills pa lang. So right now, nung I saw the algorithm changing sa internet, like you cannot solely rely on being just a content creator. So I've been diversifying. So I think that's the main keyword.
So kumbaga adding multiple streams of income,
Yes.
'di ba?
Kasi parang, syempre, medyo may anxiety ako.
Correct,
I
oo.
think everyone has anxiety.
Mm.
Like, paano ka pagbukas, wala ka na dito sa situation na to, how will you live? Ganun. So
Correct.
parang, habang meron pa, diversify lang. Try it and try. I think, kasi yung ibang tao, takot mag-shift eh. Or pag-try ng bago, pag komportable na sila sa
Ginagawa
sa mga
nila.
ginagawa
Actually,
nila.
yeah.
So ako parang, hanggang merong bago pwedeng masubukan, it's okay to fail. Basta nasubukan mo, kung hindi para sa'yo, hindi para sa'yo.
Okay.
Para sa akin.
Yung unang negosyo na pinasok mo was yung esports cafe. Baka you can tell us more about that
Okay,
one.
so Esports Cafe, I think I franchised kasi one of KDM's. It's one of the newest iCafe. I franchised it because no pandemic, maraming iCafes na nagsara. It was one of my dreams then before to have my own iCafe kasi I've been a gamer. I want to elevate yung esports dito sa Philippines by helping the consumers have their own PCs kasi yung iba hindi nga di ba, hindi nga sila magkaroon ng PCs. Ngayon, pag nagparenta ka ng PC, at least meron silang
Magagamit,
avenue.
yeah.
So, pero before, wala pa. Empleyado lang ako dati. So,
Lahat naman tayo nagsisimula somewhere. Oo.
empleyado na ako dati. Ano ba yung puhunan ko para mag-start, diba? So now na, because of pandemic, unfortunately, nagsara yung isa sa mga in-endorse kong brand before, which is Mineski. And halos lahat ng iCafe. Tapos takot na magbukas ng
Internet cafes
internet
ulit,
cafe yung
yeah.
mga business owners kasi nga nalugi nga sila sa pandemic, which is unforeseen, naman siya, event eh. So ako, I took the risk lang na parang, sige, try na lang kasi habang wala naman ano bang mawawala kung
Or at least experience.
experience, diba? Experience. Pero again, nakakatakot siya. Pero as of now, it's okay. It's very okay.
Doing very well.
Very well.
Quick note, yung una kong negosyo, Sileng, naalala mo yan? Una kong negosyo was an internet cafe.
Oh my God.
So 2005, 2006, dahil addict lang ako maglaro ng Ragnarok.
Oh my God.
Ragnarok tsaka, ano pa yung nilalaro ko noon? World of Warcraft. Diba? Yun yung mga
Saan yung
tapat ng
iCafe?
Ateneo.
Oh, wow merong may purchasing power.
Oo. Tapos kami yung mga unang internet cafes doon na may mga sofa, medyo high-end. Back then kasi nung 2000, 2005, 2006. But yeah, so sobrang gets ko yung feeling na kung gamer ka, gusto mong gawing negosyo yun.
Yes.
Kasi it's something that you feel and that you,
Thank you.
kumbaga, that you enjoy doing din.
Tsaka
diba?
parang, hindi ko alam ng mga viewers, I graduated as an accounting student.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, I didn't take the boards kasi marami na opportunity na pumasok sa akin. But, may business background ako. So, I think one of
True, it's very natural.
So very natural na lang siya. I like managing. I think yung pagiging content creator, little do they know business din siya eh.
Yes, exactly. Oo.
So, pero if you think about it in a different way, it's really business eh. So parang I like.
Actually, one way to think about it is parang hindi ka lang influencer or creator, kumbaga you're like a founder of a media company, di ba? That's kind of like how you want to think about it. Tapos parang yourself, you are that like media brand.
Before, at hindi din nila alam, kasi I like connecting with people. So, din ako, agent na ako before.
Agent?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Parang for example, merong company na gusto magkaroon ng influencers. Parang talent influencer
Okay. Parang agency.
agency.
Oo.
So, nagtayo ako ng mini agency. Pero quiet lang. Parang gano'n. Parang ayoko na ingay. More likely of yung mga kilala ko lang.
Oo.
And then, natuto ako. Tuto din ako kasi dalawa lang kami. Tapos nagmamanage kami ng mga talents. And then, soon, naging okay naman. Parang gano'n. Pero nag-stop ako kasi mas nag-boom yung individual content creation.
Oo.
Nag-focus na.
Yeah, you're like at what? 1 million na yata on Facebook, di ba? And growing pa rin.
Yes.
Congratulations doon.
Thank you so much.
So, one question that I repeatedly hear when we're doing talks, tapos alam nilang creator ako is, ano yung mas madali daw? Maging creator, employee, o negosyante sa Pilipinas? So ikaw, ano sagot mo doon? Being creator ka, being naging empleyado ka din before, at ngayon negosyante ka, ano yung mas madali doon sa tatlo?
Maging empleyado.
Yung, totoo yan.
So, kasi gigising ka na umaga, gagawin mo lang yung trabaho mo, tapos uuwi ka na. For me, ganun siya. Meron siyang set work for you na gagawin. Pag content creator ka naman, hindi mo alam kung anong gagawin mo.
Oo.
So, parang kailangan mag-iisip ka ng bago. Puro innovation, bago. Sabay sa algorithm, market study, makikipag-connect ka sa ibang tao. Kailangan mo talaga ng skills na communication and hindi ka dapat tamad, ganon. Kundi, walang mangyayari. Unlike, maging business owner din, ganon din. Oh my gosh, makes more on helping other people.
Nakakagulat maging negosyante. no?
Mahirap. Sobrang, feeling ko pinakamahirap ngayon is pagiging business owner. Kasi it's all on you. Pag wala kang ibang sisisihin kundi sarili mo at the end of the day.
Mm-mm. If there's one lesson in business na natutunan mo the hard way, like siguro from a mistake or from a failure, what would that one lesson be?
I think hindi ako superwoman. Siguro yon. My mistake was always doing everything by myself. Parang I tend not to trust other people. But I know in all aspects nga naman, minsan kasi naniniwala ko na at the end of the day, ang pinaka-kakatakutan mo is yung taong sisira ng business mo. Hindi sarili mo pero yung mga makaka-work mo or
Correct.
whatever, yung makakaalam na information, yung mga strategies mo, sila at the end of the day. But ako pa rin, kailangan ko pa rin ng delegation of work. Kasi ako dati, basta kaya ko, gagawin ko. Ako na lang mag-isa, bahala na. Ako na, basta ako na. So, bida-bida, gano'n. Siguro yung sakit ko, bida-bida ako lang.
Pero kamusta na ngayon? Were you able to
Medyo
learn?
na ako, parang more comfortable na akong mag-assign ng work. Pero syempre may process siya. Kailangan trustworthy and everything. So, ganun ko siya.
Oh, alam mo, you'll never get it perfect. For speaking from experience, lalo na yung hiring people
Yeah.
and managing teams, it's something that will forever be a challenge. But you get better along the way. Speaking from experience, parang dami ko rin hugot dun sa linya na yun. Di ba? Kapatid ko pala yun, si Faith. So anyway.
Do it yourself lagi, di ba?
Yung simula talaga ganun. Pero yung realization ko talaga na if you wanna get better or be more successful, you have to start hiring people who are better than you. Kasi if you always rely on yourself, parang you're putting a ceiling on your growth. Pero the moment you start bringing in really good people, yan, si Brett, tinan mo, yan, galing yan. Si Rai, di ba? Magaling din yan.
Yes.
Pag nandyan na sila, then you're able to really multiply the business growth, di ba? So napakagandang lesson on. So anyway, if there's one secret to your success in business, kasi marami ka na tinatayo eh. What do you credit that
I
success
think,
on?
taking the risk is number one. Kasi some people are really, really, really afraid. Especially influencers. May mga friends kasi ako, they always ask me, paano ko nagsimula and everything. Sabi ko, I just believe in it. Lagay ko yung oras ko, pera ko, lahat. Kasi yung iba ayaw nila, gusto nila. Kasi pag influencer, sanay na sponsoran, sanay na bigay na
Oo.
sanay sila na spoiled. Ayun, ako medyo ganun ako before. Pero pag maging business-minded ka talaga na parang, oh, it's yours. Basta ikaw na yung baala dito. Iba na yung mindset mo. So I think one changing factor is knowing to risk it. I think that yung pinaka-important. As in marami.
Kumbaga isugal mo.
Sugal.
You mentioned yung mga,
Sugal parang,
or just put yourself out there,
oh,
di ba?
parang kailangan mo lang makita yung perspective na yun. Na hindi mo, na sinasarado mo sarili mo from ever since.
Sabi nga nila, the first step in getting into business is really just putting yourself out there and doing it. Diba? And accepting na may mga papalpak,
Yes.
diba? May gagana,
Tsaka
pero
meron kailangan lakarin. Kasi iba yung workload. Ay, kailangan mag-apply ng ganito. Mahirap mag-business sa Pilipinas. Which is to. Basta marami. Pero,
napakinggan mo naman yung guest kanina bago ikaw, diba? Shout out mo na, Brea.
pero wala. I mean, if you want to be there, ayan, kailangan mo pag-aralan yung process.
Oo, ako kailan ba? First few years, sa dami kong problema. BIR, SSS, lahat na lang pwede problemahin. Problema ko kagad in the first few years of business. Pero ganun talaga buhay, no? Oh, HR. Yan, nako. HR. Marami kaming problema pero ngayon, aminin, may na-hire kaming matinong HR person for once.
Nice.
Nagulat nga lahat ng tao sa company kasi naglabas siya ng Holy Week memo.
Oh!
Tapos lahat kami, may nagdadasal para sa amin. Palakpakan, di ba? Ito nga isang ko, hindi namin alam, di pala sumisweldo. Hindi naman nagre-reklamo. Diyos ko. Until na-chef one siya nung bago namin HR, tapos at least naayos na.
At least, may
Yun.
congratulations.
So congratulations, may sweldo ka na, Bref. Diba? Kala ko, siguro inisip niya labor of love lahat to, no? Parang gano'n. Anyway, sorry, going back. So I feel like you're really enjoying this era of you as an entrepreneur,
Yes.
no? And one thing I want to touch on before we move on to talking about, siguro very briefly in cosplay gaming part, is you mentioned na yung creator friends mo takot maging negosyante.
Yes.
Diba? Why is it do you feel like, apart from being spoiled, or feeling na spoiled sila, bakit sila takot? Kasi ako in my head, dapat natural eh. Kasi ako iniisip ko kung cosplay, kung content creator ka, ang laki na nung reach mo eh. Diba?
Yes. Yun din yung naisip ko eh. Kasi, andun ka na, meron ka na dapat na foundation, which is yung marketing mo, which is yung
Exactly.
why
Oo.
not use your brand? Best of both worlds, sabihin natin. May brand ka sa sarili mo and you promote other brands to gain money then at the same time.
Correct, exactly.
Why not make a brand for yourself and make money out of it?
Correct, exactly.
In the best way or good way or magandang way. But again, sila parang ayaw, again, nasanay kasi.
Sanay sa ano?
I think yung sanay na mentality na
Brand deals.
Brand deals.
May pera from Facebook and YouTube
Yes,
every
yes,
month. Tas happy na sila
iba
doon.
din kasi, honestly, ang hirap i-break nun. Until then talagang may experience mo.
Or mawala na dahan-dahan. Doon na sila maghahanap, di ba? So anyway, we can pull back a bit. Let's step up a bit. But na-mention natin kanina na your career in cosplay and gaming is also a big thing. So you've been a cosplayer for years. Not to mention na matagal na, but marami ka na experience, di ba? And I'm sure there are kumbaga uncomfortable truths in the industry that you'd had to deal with behind the camera. So baka if you're comfortable lang, baka you can share some of them.
May specific question ka ba? Like, more of like, anong classic uncomfortable ba?
Any siguro whatever is the one that comes top of mind na gusto mo lang. So the point lang is parang letting other creators or cosplayers know how to handle those situations.
I think pinakamahirap sa social media in general is yung facade ng reality versus kung ano yung not true. Kasi sometimes you have to be always positive. I mean, I think everyone knows like social media is a place of good things and bad things at the same time. So you have to navigate, sabi ka ba. What I had a hard time with ever since up until now is yung fake it till you make it na line. Na ang hirap mag-fake it till you make it. Kung yung buhay ang
Marami ka pinagdadaanan. Oo.
Parang, I cannot be happy always, but I want to be happy. Parang ganon. So parang, so doon yung pupasok sa akin lagi, yung genuine things. Gusto ko yung genuine yung content ko. Pero again, the trend nowadays, di naman lahat sila genuine or sometimes you just have to do it because the people like seeing you do it, parang ganon. Pero at the end of the day, parang trabaho lang ba to or gusto mo ba to? So parang may personality na
You know, that's exactly why I wanted you on the show. You know why? Sorry
Sige, go.
Hindi, kasi nung nakikita ko yung content mo, so nandun yung part na you're still doing the streams.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
Or sometimes you're doing the cosplay. And yes, the joy is there. Don't get me wrong. But yung moments na nagpo-post ka sa negosyo, doon ko pinaka nararamdaman kung sino ka talaga. Or at least doon ko nararamdaman yung excitement na parang genuine na parang, boy, baby ko to, parang ganon.
Yes.
Diba? So that's why I wanted really to have you here. Kasi I wanted to have that conversation. So sobrang gets kita doon sa point na yon.
Parang kasi, di ba pag nagbe-business ka kasi, parang you're starting from scratch. And gusto mo siya alagaan, and you protect the business because yung motive mo is not just make money, but grow it. Iba yung pacing ng growing it eh. Yung end line, bahala na eh.
Correct.
Parang kung magpapayaman siya sa'yo or magpapasikat ba siya sa'yo, whatever. Pero yung progress nun is like, ang sarap,
Napalakihin.
Or just go with the process. Masaya yun. Pero unlike kasi sa social media, sometimes shortcut lang lagi. So, parang may cheat siya lagi. For me. So, kaya may fake it till you make it, which is, pag sa business, wala
Talaga.
cheat eh.
Oo. Meron yung BI. Alam mo, problema kami na to. Edit. Oo, ako yun. Marami na naman akong kinakausap doon, so okay lang. Sanay na ako. Anyway. So yung going back, sorry. So, pagdating naman doon sa sabihin natin sa pagiging veteran in the space, pagdating sa content creation, so still going back to content creation, obviously you're enjoying the business part, pero what other goals do you have in the content creation space that you see you want to accomplish?
Actually ngayon, little do they know, kasi parang I've been cosplaying my favorite character sa One Piece ever since. Pero it's been my lifestyle. So parang that lifestyle is having also a healthy lifestyle. Kasi may figure akong, I need to eat well, I need to have a balance. Talaga balance dapat lahat ng ginagawa ko. Or else, hindi ko mapoportray siya ng maayos.
Correct, exactly.
So yun yung dedication ko to that. Even if parang wala naman siyang balik sa akin. Siguro makikilala lang nila ako as that. Pero hindi ko din siya masyadong ino-a na puro yun yung cosplay na lang na sinami na lang balage, ganon. So more likely, gusto ko fun kasi siya. Fun and I learn from the progress of this. Goals-wise naman, honestly kasi I treat cosplay as a hobby talaga. I want it to be a hobby. Forever hobby siya. And if may projects na dumarating sa akin, thank God, parang hindi ko siya pinupush to the limit na I'm gonna milk money out of cosplay.
Parang progress, parang ganun.
Hindi. Kasi I think I started cosplay as a hobby and it will be forever a hobby.
So parang it's like protecting the joy of the craft,
kasi
diba?
ang hirap pag, nowadays po nakikita ko na, araming ganito. Parang nawawala yung fun. So, again, perspective lang siya. If I started it as a hobby, even gaming. So the moment na hindi ka na iba na yung ginagawa mo out of date or whatever sa gaming scene, iba na yung path more.
Tsaka the moment gawin mo siyang career, minsan nawawala yung joy.
Yeah.
Diba? I remember when I was super into shoes, kasi doon ako, di naman nagsimula, pero one of my phases, I did a lot of content on sneakers. Tapos eventually, parang sa kakakareer namin ni Ryan, naalala mo yun, Rai, sa sobrang addict ko sa pagbili at pag-review ng sapatos, umabot sa point na nawala na yung excitement and joy, parang talking about shoes.
Kasi lagi na lang yun at pag may bago, meron ka na lang din ng mga bago lagi.
Tsaka tinatrato ko na talaga siyang work versus yung you want to enjoy everything about it. And I think that's good na you try to protect that particular space. Now, you talked about mental resets, diba? So, how do you protect your peace when your physical appearance, kasi diba with the cosplayer, is always kumbaga, shown to the public? How do you try to create a space where you're able to reset?
Actually, I work hard. Knowing that I work hard enough is enough for me to not listen to any bashing or whatever. Kasi minsan,
Marami ba?
meron. Like, di na siguro napapansin, pero nababasa ko din talaga sila. Like, kahit ganito na nga yung figure ko, sabi bakit daw ang taba ko pa daw para doon sa character.
Ay, wow.
Bakit hindi pa daw yung legs ko daw, hindi daw
Ay, wow.
proportionate, gano'n.
Ano sabi mo?
And also kasi sa cosplay, unfortunately, meron perfectionism din. Kasi accuracy ang cosplay.
Yeah.
Hindi siya mawawala. Even if I like perfecting the character, pero some of the audience, may pagka-perfectionist na, hindi mo kasing mata, hindi mo kasing legs, hindi mo. So, stop doing her kasi hindi naman Di mo
Like
na.
100%
Oo.
accurate, oo.
So, pero again, if you remove the fun nga, matatalo ka sa emotions eh. So, put the fun
So you still read the comments until
Yeah,
today?
I do.
Ako di ko na ginagawa masyado yun.
Sometimes, pag ano talaga, busy ako, hindi ko na nababasa. Kasi gusto ko makahanap ng mga advices din. Kunwari, ano yung next cosplay na gusto nila. I listen to the
So it's more like community, ano.
So madadaanan ko pa rin yung mga...
Re-replay mo yung mga bashers? Hindi na. Yung isang guest namin kanina, alam mo yung sinabi? Pag hating gabi daw, ano yung ginagawa niya? Re-replyan niya daw pang tanggal ng stress yung mga bashers niya. Re-replyan lang daw niya ng PQ. Lahat daw, PQ. Ewan ko ba dun? Pero love natin siya. Shout out, Mona Brea. Anyway, so hindi mo na re-replyan yung mga bashers. Okay, so pero how do you reset yung sinasabi mong mental reset?
Oh, I detach sa social media. I log off.
Tas talagang ano lang.
Talagang post, minsan nagpo-post lang ako pag may work. Pero wala ako sa social media. Talagang wala na akong idea kung anong nangyayari sa social media. Siguro may time na 2 months.
2 months?
Yes.
Like hindi mo tinitignan what's happening on Facebook and whatnot?
Nagpo-post lang ako ng...
Kung ano yung kailangan i-post. Kailangan ko siguro gawin yun. No? Pero pag gawin ko yun, baka wala na tayong ma-post. Lalo na yung pinagagawa ko ngayon.
So lahat ng creative idea ko, sa akin lang gagaling. Tapos po-post ko lang. Whatever. Ano man mangyari doon, okay, kung ano siya, kung hindi siya maganda, sorry na lang sa akin, gano'n. Pero yun, I think it's really effective. I think, try mo.
Like every now and then doing a detox
Wala
on
siyang
digital.
pressure, wala kang, more of reality ka lang, focus ka lang sa nangyayari sa buhay.
Oh, that's good. So we will try that, pero baka pag gawin ko yun, wala na akong content. Kasi I usually react to other topics. Oh, anyway, so recently you've been more outspoken about issues. Diba? So nakita ko nag-share ka sa mga posts. Oh, thank you sa pag-share din ng mga post ko. Paminsan-minsan. So was there a specific moment na naisip mo na hindi ka na pwede maging neutral, kailangan mo na i-share to, or kailangan mo na pag-usapan, or ever since ba outspoken ka na talaga?
Very outspoken ako before. Medyo ginawa ko lang siyang moderate. Moderate kung ano yung gusto kong i-tackle na topic.
Na issues.
Actually, I was there sa rally. I walked. Very ako hindi ko alam, makabayan talaga ako. Deep inside me, kahit parang yung cosplay is not from the Philippines. Yung mga kino-cosplay ko is not Filipino made naman from different country. Pero yung puso ko lagi parang how to help
The Philippines.
the Filipino people, ganon. Kaya may business din kasi nakaka-produce ng employees and again,
Opportunities,
workforce,
yeah.
opportunities to for other people. So ayun, I think very important yun for me.
Yung pag-speak out on
Pag-speak
issues.
out.
So ever since, ginagawa mo na talaga yon. Okay, di ka ba na-stress na sometimes some managers would say na wag mong pasukin yan, baka mawalan ka ng brand deal, baka hindi ka nang yung brand. Never naman siya naging concern for you.
Kasi wala nag-manage sa akin ever since. So ever
Okay.
since I was self-managed by my own. Hindi ko siya kinatakot. Parang if ever, I know na some people wouldn't get me if I speak too much or if I share too much. Kaya minomoderate ko siya. But hindi nila ako mapipigilan pag meron na talaga akong talagang pinpoint na hindi na talaga kayang manahimik. Kasi parang feeling ko, everyone, especially in the Philippines, pag maraming issues, kailangan as an influencer, you would have your own sentiments. Tao lang din naman tayo, nakatira tayo dito. Hindi ka naman pwedeng hayaan mo lang, right?
Correct, oo.
Paano yun, di ba? Sobrang privilege naman nila masyado pag hindi sila nagsalita. So ako parang, I really wanna talk about the things I wanna talk about. Especially pag napag-aralan ko. One thing na natutunan ko lang, unlike before, because sometimes I just speak and speak and speak. Ngayon, I try to research more before I speak, try to talk to my friends first.
Baga get input as much as you can.
Kung mali ba yung nasa utak ko or ano. So, open pa rin ako sa criticism from my friends. Kailangan tama. And then after pag na-validate na siya na, ay, itong vindiction ko tama to, I post it.
Ang natutunan ko, sometimes as long as you talk about the issue and not necessarily the people, you actually end up uniting people. Kasi kunyari, pag atakihin mo si Duterte, or atakihin mo si Marcos, or atakihin mo si Lenny, parang kalahati kagad ng bansa kaaway mo. Pero if you talk about taxes, if you talk about corruption, if you talk about other things na not necessarily naming people, there's a big unifying effect. Diba? So baka that's one thing then na you can take a look into as you go into your advocate mode. Diba? So, pagdating naman dun sa ganong klaseng style, do you feel a responsibility na parang kailangan mo educate yung mga younger followers mo, or is it just come naturally?
It comes naturally. Siguro yung care and love mo for the Filipinos and for your country, feeling ko automatic siya. Hindi siya for clout more likely of, may gusto ko lang matama sa maling nangyayari. Parang ganun yung feeling. Pero as an influencer, yun nga, may platform ako, so why not use it in a good way?
Is there like one social cause na you're willing to really lose it all, or wala naman sobrang lakas na ano?
Parang wala pa naman.
Wala pa naman,
Meron pa,
okay.
parang ikaw. Ano?
Ako meron parang gusto kong BIR. Alam mo, tama Simon, abolish.
Abolish the tax.
Hindi, abolish BIR.
Oh my God.
Tsaka customs, abolish. Maganda yun, di ba? Pero tsaka different different episode.
Medyo marami-rami din akong gustong mangyari para sa Pilipinas. Pero more likely of pag nangyayari na, siguro kaya ko talagang lumaban para. Siyempre gusto anti-corruption, di ba? Parang naglakad ako para sinabi ko yun sa followers ko, and I think that's one thing.
No, kasi doon lang ako nakalakad sa EDSA ng sa gitna ng EDSA.
Sa gitna na EDSA, walang kotse.
Tapos walang tao. Tapos doon
Ulan pa.
tapos doon ko first time inakyat yung ano ba yun, yung bridge pataas. Oo. Nakita mo na ba yun? Parang aakyat ka, tapos
Sa may Mega Mall?
Kunyari gusto mo tumawid, di ba? So ang mangyayari pala doon, aakyat ka once, tapos aakyat ka ulit kasi 2 layers. Tapos pagdating mo sa taas,
Nakaganon, hindi ako nakatutok doon.
but wait, there's more. Di ba, nandito ka na. Nasa gitna ka, gusto mo tumawid. Bababa ka ulit. Bababa ka sa gitna. So, hindi ka makakatawid kagad. So, akit ka, 2 ganon. Tapos bababa ka, tapos akit ka ulit ng 2. Tapos bababa ka. Grabe.
Papunta sa Ortigas pag ano na.
Grabe ang Pilipinas, yun ang efficiency. O, di ba, pagdating sa ganyan. So, anyway, going back naman to your businesses. You mentioned na kanina when we were talking na parang meron ka na yung Hobby Hook. Ba yan? Hobby Nook?
Hobby Nook.
And then I think it's like a Pilates studio ba yun? Parang what, yun, so that one. Baka you can talk a little bit more about those businesses, di ba? Na and even the studio, di ba? You had a photography studio.
Photo studio. So, yung photo studio ko, I started it last year. I found a business partner kasi isasara nila yung store. So parang meron silang problem how to manage it and everything. So sabi ko, I really like it. Kasi doon ako nag-shoot Sabi ko, what if we partner up? I'll help you manage it. I'll help you grow it. Ito yung vision ko.
But it used to be a shop.
It used to be a small studio.
Okay.
Very small studio. Tapos sabi ko, ako din kasi may studio ako, pero for me to use lang. So why not, na lang din, ibigay ko na lang sa kanila din yung money na inaano ko for my own. Para mapalaki pa yung studio. So that happened. So,
I think nag-shoot kami doon a couple of times for Versus. Di ba nag-shoot tayo doon?
Sa Shinko? Sa Shinko Studios.
Di ba ba? Di ba, anong panahon ni Miko? Di ba may shoot tayo doon? Oh, anyway, but yeah. Alam ko yung Japanese-inspired yun, di ba?
Japanese-inspired.
Okay. Siguro. Okay. So that one is still doing well, I assume.
Very doing
okay.
well.
Tapos the other one naman is the Pilates studio.
Very new. Last year lang din siya. I do Pilates kasi before. And I'm working with Ella Cruz.
Okay.
Kami dalawa yung owner ng Ecclesi. And may vision siya na pinopose sa akin kasi nag-aral din siya sa Pilates instructor.
Okay. Hindi ko naman
So, ako naman, managing the business. So, nag-join forces kami on. Siya, more of like the output. Ako naman, more on the managing part.
On the business side.
On the business side.
Okay. Parang natural maging negosyante, no? Parang gets na gets
Parang may process lang kasi siya.
Pag magtatayo ka, sabi mo, mag-invest na lang kami. Parang, baka may gusto ka pa. Sabihan mo na lang kami, maglalagay na lang din kami ng pera sa'yo. Diba, grabe, parang Parang tuloy-tuloy lang eh, no? Oh, anyway, so after itong mga negosyo to, is there anything like other businesses that you're planning to getting into?
Wala pa. I invested on a restaurant.
Restaurant naman ngayon. Okay, wow,
Pero
grabe.
in the future, to be announced.
To be announced.
To be announced.
Okay, grabe, non-stop.
Pero yun na yun, ayoko na muna. Kasi medyo maraming nasa
Oh, baka you're stretching yourself too thin, di ba? So anyway, how do you define success now? Lalong-lalo na parang ang laki na nung transformation mo eh. From, di ba, from a streamer, gamer, cosplayer, and entrepreneur. So what is success for you now?
I think for me, success ko is giving other opportunities to other people, not just for me. Kasi parang, ayun nga, umalis na ako doon sa spoiled era ng pag-influencer na more likely of giving back. Paano ba? Parang ganun. Paano ko ba ibibigay ito pabalik? Kasi tumatanda naman na yan.
Pero sa motos eh, at the back of my head, yan yung mga iniisip na mga medyo nagmamature. Diba? Parang may wisdom comes with age. Oo, ganun yun. Pero yung maganda kasi sa ganun mindset, the opportunities that you get are also very different. So ako, having been a creator for a while, nung simula parang yung opportunities mo are really the brand deals, diba?
Yes, yes.
And the opportunities to travel and stuff like that. But eventually, yung nakakatuwa, dadami yung opportunities for you to get into business because people want to work with you
Yes, yes.
for the brand that you built for yourself. So I think, kung akala mong tapos ka na dun sa, or magpo-pause ka muna sa restaurant, maniwala ka, madami pang
Oh my
kakatok.
gosh, parang, teka lang.
Oh, I think you have to be, siguro moving forward, just be very intentional and be very picky. Kasi ako, yun yung natutunan namin, yung parang trying to expand quickly. So parang, meron kami ganitong negosyo, tapos instead of doubling down, sige, tayo pa tayo ng ganito. Sometimes you stretch yourself too much and you end up parang, ay, ano nang nangyari? Parang sumasabog na pala kaliwat kanan. So, yun, magandang lesson lang yun to keep in mind, di ba? So, you wear many hats, ambassador, owner, creator, advocate. Is there any specific hat that you feel is the heaviest?
Right now, feeling ko yung individual, yung sarili ko, yung heaviest. Like,
Wow.
Like womanhood. Ganun.
Womanhood, okay.
Adulting.
Adulting.
I think that's the heaviest for me right now.
Can you
Accepting the age that it's happening, and ayoko sabihin edad ko. Sorry guys.
O sabihin mo na lang pagkatapos natin mag-record.
So parang yun yung heaviest na parang, oh, what will I do? Nandito na ako sa face.
So that's something that you feel like you're...
Really heavy. Kasi parang, doon ako na parang feeling ko, kailangan ko ba mag-rush? Kailangan ko take it slowly? Ano ba yun? Parang yung mentality ko nag-shaken up because of that adulthood. Or siguro specifically, should I finally marry someone and get married?
Oh, wow.
Get married and
Biglang
have a baby.
pumunta doon.
Ganun siya.
Oo.
Heaviest for me right now. Because I've been
Ah.
always independent.
Nako, baka maging showbiz tong show natin. Tatanungin ko, meron na bang special someone? Oh, kung sino man yan, mag-propose ka na daw. Iniisip niya na eh. Hala, parang natuwa siya.
Wala.
Okay. Sige. Pero siguro just a bit lang. So ako, I'm 43. So if there's one thing I've learned, nung simula kasi when I was in my 20s, iniisip ko yung mga 30s, sila yung mga tito-tita, di ba? Tapos when you get into your 30s, ang isipin mo, or dati pang isipin mo 40, sobrang tanda na. Di ba? Tapos when you get into your 30s, ang isipin mo, okay pa naman pala eh. Tapos when you get into your 40s, apart from your aching knees and your aching back sometimes and your maintenance medicine, you realize na as long pala as you keep doing what you like, parang literally age just becomes a number. So, yung kagandahan sa ginagawa mo, at least you're doing businesses that you're very passionate about. And maybe yun yung siguro way na that also addresses yung concerns mo.
I think yung business that makes me alive talaga. Like, parang more likely, masaya ako waking up in the morning thinking about it. But I think yung hat lang na yun na, yun talaga yung questionable for me. Like when,
O yung, basta propose na daw, okay? So,
ba yan?
ay, hindi ko alam sa'yo. Ikaw nag-bring up, hindi kami. So anyway, so siguro winding down, pagdating sa ano na to, So 10 years from now, do you want to be remembered as more of a cosplayer or like a entrepreneur? So legacy-wise, ano yung nakikita mo gusto mong maalala?
I think I want to be both eh. Parang both na.
Does it have to be mutually exclusive?
No, yan. Parang more likely of someone who's that, like naging cosplayer, naging business content creator, not just like a specific title, you know.
And siguro end to end, if there's one skill that every young Filipina should learn in 2026, born from everything that you've been through as a cosplayer, creator, entrepreneur, what would that one skill be?
I think communication skills is very important. Conveying your thoughts very well and it's very important. As in yun na lang. Communication. Like how you speak, how you say.
Lalo na ngayon, no?
Oh, yeah.
Kasi feeling ko yung mga medyo bata ngayon, hindi na sanay lumapit sa tao face-to-face at makipag-usap. Parang it's such a lost art. Lalo na kasi diba ngayon, they just chat and they just swipe left, swipe right. Parang wala na sila Diyos ko, nung panahon ko, oh no. Nung panahon, excuse me, so kanyari, dating Nung panahon ko, patahon mo rin. Tawa ka dyan. Nung panahon namin, the only way to meet another, kasi I come from all-boys school. So the only way for you to meet a lady was to go to a soiree, for crying out loud. It was one of the most awkward social experiences ever. Di ba kasi lahat kayo lalaki, tapos lahat babae. Tapos may gitna na walang nag-uusap. Di ba? So for you to learn to approach others and talk, feeling ko is such a lost skill. So I agree. And you know what? Having been in corporate for like 16 years, di ba? Alam nila yan eh. You meet or you create so many opportunities just by being able to, communicate properly, di ba? And present properly. And I think that's one skill nga that everyone should learn. Not just ladies actually, but everyone. So siguro to close, baka you wanna promote like the businesses that you have, just invite people to drop by.
Yes. If you guys like Pilates, drop by at Creative Studios. And Hobby Nook also in Green Hills, New Wing. Soon probably it's gonna be at the end of April.
Yun. So guys, make sure to check out her socials as if I need to promote it. But it will be linked down below. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.